Hey, what up YouTube? This is Magnitude. I'm going to be going over my competitive deck that I have for Pokemon. Just kind of give you guys an understanding and idea of what I run. I have a couple different decks, but this is the primary deck I use. Excuse me, it must be a frog in my throat or something like that. But this is the primary deck I use for the format. So let's get right into it so we can see what we got going on here. So what I normally run is I run your boy Gallespod. So that's Gallespod GX there. Let me see if I can adjust the camera a little bit for you guys so that way you can see what I got going on. There we go, that should be better. So I run 3 Gallespod GXs in my deck. Then I run the Wimpod with the Wimpod ability because basically if you have it as your first Pokemon, the whole concept behind this deck is you'll see in a minute, but basically you want to try and do my format of running the Eevee with the Sylveon concept. So I run 3 Eevees, as you guys can see. The ones that have the energy evolution, which is designed to evolve them when they place an energy on them, and that evolves you into Sylveon. Now, the reason why I run Sylveon GX is because of its Magic Ribbon attack. Magic Ribbon basically is designed to search your deck for 3 cards and add to your hand. So this is a really good card for pulling cards that you need specifically without having to use supporter cards or things like that in particular. And if you get a double colorless, you can do some pretty good damage with 110, and its GX attack too is not bad. But the whole concept behind this is to pull out your Wimpods, your Gallispods, things like that in particular to get it set up. So if you're having trouble drawing, I always run the standard 2 Tapu Lele GXs, 1 full art, 1 standard. But those, again, as most people know, are designed to pull extra supporter cards to help you pull out things that you need. I also run 2 Tapu Kokos. These guys are really, really good actually, because what ends up happening on these ones is they just take 1 double colorless, and the flying flip, if you guys can see that, does 20 damage to all your opponent's Pokemon. So that's really good, considering the fact that a lot of the newer stuff you need to evolve and get into. So if they're working on building up a good bench, you can use this to dwindle them down pretty good and get them pretty well set up. So those are the main Pokemon I run. We're going to get straight into the trainers and supporters. 3 Acerolas. That's designed because when you get Gallespod GX out, pull it back up here so you guys can see. The Gallespod GX, its first impression, does 30 damage plus an additional 90 if it's your active Pokemon. So when you start taking damage on this, you can use Acerola to get out of tight situations to basically get it back and swap it out with another one of your Wimpods or your Gallispods on the bench. So that's why I run 3 of those. And you guys know my boy Guzma here. Guzma is the key as well too, on top of other things. But Guzma lets you switch your Pokemon so you can keep switching back and forth for those Gallispods to keep doing more damage. So I run 4 of those in there because that's going to be another key format for running. Professor's Letter. Now, I'm trying to stay up to date as I can on stuff, so some of these cards may be part of the old list, but Professor's Letter is really good too because you can search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, whether that be the Fairy Energy you need to get Sylveon out, or whether it be another Grass Energy just for Gallispod. So those are good for that format. Standard Choice Bands, run 2 of those. Most people run more. I mean, I could run more if I wanted to, but I kind of have a mixed play here, so I kind of have it set up where I can kind of counter anything that kind of comes up in particular, but the choice bands are pretty good. 3 switches. Obviously I run 1 full art because I pulled that one, but yeah, 3 switches in there for getting that Gallispod GX out. 2 heavy balls. Those are designed to either get your Wimpod out or your Gallispod. So obviously if you can't use Sylveon GX because you haven't gotten it out yet, Heavy Ball is good because of what it does is it takes the amount of retreat cost. So if they have 3 or more retreat cost, you can add that Pokemon in your hand. And both Wimpod and Gallispod both run 3 retreat cost. So you can pull out both of these guys pretty quick if you don't have them. Obviously outside of using the Mist Magical Ribbon to search for them. Run 2 ends, pretty standard format for that. Shuffling your hand in your deck and then drawing as many prize cards as you have. Bridget is another really good one as well too. And again, I don't know if these ones are changed out in the new format yet. I don't think they will be until the new Prism set comes out. But these guys are really good because you can search your deck for one EX Pokemon or 3 basic Pokemon. And because of the wording on this one, you can search for GX Pokemon as well too. If you have like standard GX, so if you're running like a Drampa GX or something along the lines of Tapu Fini GXs, you can pull those out without having it be a part of that because it doesn't specify GX, so they're counted as just basic Pokemon. One Skyla for pulling out if you want to pull out Guzma or something like that in particular. Pros and cons are it obviously uses one of your supporter cards, and here comes my cat again. Let's not be in front of the camera. Woo! That's my cat Charlie, by the way, guys. So he likes to get in the camera and like to make messes and stuff. But yeah, Skyla, pros and cons again, like I said, can be used to pull out cards you need, but you can't use any more cards during that turn. So that's why I run one of them. Float stones to be able to swap back and forth with the Gallespot GX. Can be used for other things as well too. One thing to mention too as well, back to Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is actually another good format too as well because it has a 0 retreat cost. So you can do some pretty heavy damage to the bench and swap it out back and forth if need be as well. I run one enhanced hammer. I just figured that's good because a lot of people run special energies, but the enhanced hammer is pretty good. I did forget one Pokemon, Espeon EX. This is the reason why I run Espeon EX, because of its Miracle Shine. It's probably going to get pulled out in the next set here, but Miracle Sign de-evolves everything. So if you're using the Tapu Koko, like I stated before, you can use that to put some damage on their bench Pokemon when they evolve them. If you have, let's say, 40 damage on it and their base Pokemon runs 40, or 60 HP, you can de-evolve it back to the base stage and knock it out and get some pretty decent prize cards at that point. 2 Field Blowers, pretty standard for that, and then you just gotta get in your energies. 4 double colorless energies, 1 warp energy because the warp energy is designed to help again with Gallespot if you don't have the float stone, and then I run the 4 fairy and the 6 grass energies. So I mean that's kind of the format I run. Again, any suggestions you guys have for stuff, it's done pretty well for me though. But if you guys have suggestions, go right ahead and comment down here or let me know what you guys think I need to add at that point. Again, thanks for watching. We'll do another videos because I got some other decks that I run as well too. But thanks for watching again. Subscribe and like, and we will talk to you guys next time.